Time for your Proceed halftime report. If you need seed, think Proceed. With us today, District Sales Manager Tyler Campbell. He's out of South Dakota as well as Southwest North Dakota. Great to have you here, sir. One of the exciting things right now, it's becoming more viable down in Southwest North Dakota, is corn and soybeans. What are you guys doing there?
You know, corn and soybeans have been traditionally an East River crop, and you know, over the last few years, we've really seen them take off West River, and especially down in the southwest corner, and it's starting to become a viable option to make a little bit of money opposed to smaller grains. You know, we still have smaller grains, but we're seeing soybeans everywhere, so it's great.
Good to see that. Also, I know that you have served our country, so thank you very much for your service, sir.
Welcome.
And with that, Proceed now has got a great Right Stuff program paying tribute to our military personnel. What's that all about?
You bet. Well, the Right Stuff program is something we decided to come out with that we want to thank our customers that have served both past and present, to give them just to thank you. The more details you want on it, you can go on our website and check it out at www.proceed.net. And more to come, more to follow on it, because it's going to be great.
It's a great program, and thank you for what you're doing for those men and women that have served our country. And also, people that want to get this great product from you, how do they get a hold of you?
Well, they can get a hold of me on my cell phone at 605-848-6282.
Can you say it one more time for us?
605-848-6282.
Great stuff. Thank you very much. And again, thanks for your service.
Thank you.
All right, stay with us. Much more coming up here on the Proceed Halftime Report.
Welcome back into our Fargo studios for the Proceed Halftime Report. Alex Egan, Beth Poole here with you. The Bison have a 19-10 lead at halftime. And Beth, how did we get to where we are?
Well, you want to take a look at some highlights?
I think we should.
How's
that working?
Mind? Let's take a look. First thing off the bat, Nick DeLuca not in action today after warming up. Bison and open up with the run game. Lance Dunn here leading to a field goal.
Yeah, Lance getting some good runs early on. We'll see Lance have a little bit of a hiccup later in this first half, but that's a good run there. Bison trying to establish the ground game early here.
They get the 3-0 lead. Gubru to Terrence Grady here on a 50-yard gain for Eastern Washington.
I think Trey Dempsey got caught looking in the backfield a little bit and jumped up on a route that he wasn't supposed to, and that's how you get a 50-yard gain back in there. Good job by the Bison, though, closing down and tackling to make sure that that didn't go for 6.
It does eventually go for 6. Gubrud punching it in from 2.
Gubrud is so good with his legs. He's already shown that he has the ability to extend plays, but they're just using the read option that they use so well.
He finishes it off there, 7-3 Eastern Washington. Lance Dunn gives the lead back to NDSU with a 23-yard touchdown.
If we take a look at this from the low angle and look at big Austin Cooner getting out there and sucking the safety down, Lance Dunn does the rest and puts it into the end zone.
Extra point no good. It's a 9-7 Bison lead. Still that in the second quarter. Backed up here for the Bison, Lance Dunn with the fumble.
Yeah, this is definitely not what you want to see out of Lance Dunn. Having a really good first half so far, and then stumbles a little bit, gets a little off balance. A couple of Eastern Washington Eagles put their helmets in there and knock the ball free.
That's a tough hit. Eastern Washington only getting 3, though.
That's a big win for the Bison defense. Only giving up 3, backed up that far. What a way to keep this game instead of 7. Giving up the 3 there.
Well, Bison haven't attempted a pass all quarter. Why? When you've got this. Bruce Anderson from 44.
Yeah, we are 3 minutes left in the second quarter here, and Bruce Anderson with a great effort, especially at the end of this play. Look at him just sniffing the end zone and finding it, diving for the pylon and getting it across there, giving NDSU the lead right back.
Like a boss. 16-10 Bison lead. Eastern Washington looking for the lead. Gubrud throws it up. Robbie Grimsley.
Yeah, this was kind of similar to his pick last year against Eastern Washington. Robbie actually having to make a little bit more of an athletic play, but it was in that same area of the field. I had shades of 2016.
This is not a replay. That's another pick by Robbie Grimsley.
And look at Robbie getting in there, getting the ball. That pass there was influenced by the linebackers. I believe it was Levi Jordheim that made Gubrud throw that ball a little on the high side. Who knows? Maybe the wind kind of took it a little bit.
28 seconds left. Bison hitting the field goal. Cam Peterson there, 19-10 Bison lead heading into half.
Yeah, and that's what you want to see out of Cam, especially after missing a PAT earlier in the game. Let's go to our first half stats brought to you by the North Dakota Certified Seed Producers. And 19-10 our score, and you can see that the Bison trying to establish the running game. I think they've done a pretty good job outrushing Eastern by 190 or 170 some odd yards there.
Math is hard. I don't get paid
math.
to do math, but I do get paid to say that I liked seeing the Bison commit to that run game in the second quarter, commit to it, and especially going into that win.
The thing that is concerning on this is those last two numbers for NDSU. Yeah, Eastern Washington has 2 turnovers, but the Bison have 2 turnovers as well and 4 penalties already in this game. Granted, only 35 yards, but those are numbers that I don't think Chris Kleiman is going to be excited about as he talks to his guys in that locker room at halftime. You cannot turn the ball over on the road if you want to win.
No, and especially not against such an opportunistic team as Eastern Washington. Again, a huge stop from the Bison to only give up 3, but that was a short field that could have been scary.
That was very, very fortunate for the Bison to make that just a field goal at that opportunity. So that is good. Those are your first half stats brought to you by your North Dakota certified seed producers. We're going to step aside. When we come back, we'll take a look at some of the action going around the Missouri Valley, including a lot of games in that Big Sky Missouri Valley Football Conference Challenge. So that scores are for you next. It's Proceed. Welcome back to the Proceed Halftime Report. That is what the show is called. The Proceed Halftime Report here in our Fargo studios. It is sports.
It's sports. Old habits die hard.
They certainly do. The Bison with a 19-10 lead over Eastern Washington out at Roos Field. Let's get you caught up on some of the action going around the rest of the Missouri Valley. And this one is a little bit concerning, this first score.
Yeah, it was 7 points in the first quarter, 6 in the second, 3 in the third, and then finally 14 in the fourth quarter for Youngstown State. But Robert Morris is who NDSU plays next week, and I was shocked when I saw this score.
I will say I did see a tweet out there that Youngstown State's starting quarterback did leave that game, so maybe that's a little bit of a reason why Youngstown didn't put up that many points on Robert Morris, but the defense still good there. Tennessee obviously going to roll Indiana State. That's an SEC team looking pretty good against the Missouri Valley Football Conference
no
team.
surprises there.
Next up on the list, Cal Poly and Northern Iowa. Northern Iowa hosting. They're the only Missouri Valley team to host in this Big Sky Missouri Valley Challenge. Cal Poly with a 7-0 lead.
That's right. And then North Dakota and Missouri State just kicking off here at the top of the hour. Currently, North Dakota holding a 3-0 lead on Missouri State in what promises to be an interesting game. This is one I know a lot of people around our area are interested in, given the numbers that Missouri State was able to put up last week against Mizzou. And then, of course, always the interest on North Dakota. Are they going to be as strong as they looked like they were last year?
That's what the million-dollar question is there. And then, of course, still coming up tonight, Western Illinois is at Northern Arizona. That game will kick at 6 p.m. Central Time. Mississippi Valley State, the Delta Devils, are at Southern Illinois. That game will also start at 6 p.m. South Dakota State is taking on Montana State in Bozeman, Montana. That'll be a 7 o'clock start. South Dakota heading to FBS Bowling Green. That'll be a 5 o'clock Central Time start. That is the scores around the Missouri Valley. We'll step aside one last time. When we come back, we'll have our final thoughts on the first half, see what we need to do in the second, and then get you back out to Roos Field in Cheney, Washington, here on the Proceed Halftime Report. Welcome back to the Proceed Halftime Report here in our Fargo studios. We will get you out to Roos Field in just a second, but first, our final thoughts on the first half there and what we'd like to see in the second half. We heard Chris Kleiman say that he felt that they were starting to wear down Eastern Washington defensively. Is that kind of what you got too? That's
certainly what I saw. I think when you look at Gage Gubrud, he didn't look nearly as comfortable as he has looked. He didn't even look as comfortable as he looked against Texas Tech last week. I mean, he looked a little uncomfortable. He looked like he was getting a little frazzled, and if the Bison can keep that pressure on him and keep him guessing, I think they're going to have success in a much easier road here in the second half.
Already 200 yards rushing for the Bison here in the first half, so that is how that looks. Bison dominating on the ground. Eastern Washington with just 32 yards on the ground as well. So that is how the first half has.
What do you want to see from the Bison here in the second half?
Keep doing what you're doing, NDSU. That you've gotten to 19-10 at this point. You keep this pace up, we're looking at a 38-20 final. So that's just keep doing what you're doing. Run the ball, run the ball.
He can do that math, sure.
Do not turn the ball over anymore. I actually had to do it while we were in break. That'll do it for the Proceed Halftime Report. Let's get you back out to Roos Field in Cheney, Washington.